Hi drummers, hope you're well. Right, Sextuplets part 3. This is the third part in a little series I've been doing about sextuplets. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, please check those out. I'll link to those below or above, depending on where you're watching this. And this is a beautiful note value. I absolutely love this. Is such a rich vein for me of fills and solo ideas in particular. You know when people say, oh, I can't think of any drum fills to play. I come to play a fill and I'm just stuck. Man, this boils down to such a basic point. It's something that I've really just learned so much from doing these lessons over the years, and that is that we're all unbelievably, wildly, massively more capable than we think, right? And we know so much more stuff than we think. So if you can just play a sextuplet flow, right, 6 hits per beat, and even if you're doing it with a single stroke roll sticking, so right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. If you can start to move around the kit, already there, you've got an endless supply of probably really good sounding drum fills. I always say this, and I'm sorry if I repeat myself on these videos, but these are the things I hold dear by this at this point. Unlike a guitar or a piano or any pitched instrument, nothing against those, I love those instruments, but you can't play a bum note on the drums, can you, right? So if you've got something that fits and flows and sounds good and is vaguely appropriate for the music and is in the right time signature, the right timing, you can start to play with it. You can orchestrate it around the kit. That's what we did in part 1. We just took the basic sextuplet feel and we just started to move it around the kit. Or whatever, do you know what I mean? Hopefully you can see that I'm just playing single stroke roll, da 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 da, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 4 times, 24 hits. There you've got an endless supply. So one way of making a drum fill is to change up the rhythm, but a whole other way is to keep a solid note value like that. Sextuplets is a great choice a lot of the time, and flow through the bar, man. Like there's so many possibilities there, it's unreal. So that was the first video, single strokes around the kit, and all we did in the second video was we started to change the sticking just to give us a bit more variety. So right, left, left, and right, right, left. So things like right, left, left. And right, right, left. And then, of course, the thing that you just spend time noodling with as a musician is putting those things together. So by the end of video 2, you've got single strokes, left, left, right, left, left, and right, right, left. So things like single strokes, right, left, left, right, right, left. Hopefully you can see I'm just combining those things, right? And that obviously what involves just sitting at your kit and noodling and making friends with that and doing that thing musicians do. It's like, again, like I said in the last videos, I think you're like a scientist here, experimenting in the lab. You just try different things. Half the time at first it's not going to work. Try different things. You can't play a bum note. You can't be dead wrong like you can. I should know on a guitar, I've played enough wrong notes. You can't play something that's dead wrong. So move around the kit, try different things. What I do is I record myself, right? So I often post now, these videos on Instagram, I'll just post a bit of my practice most days now. And I practice for like an hour and a half when I first come in here in the morning. And my phone's got loads of memory now, so I put my phone up and I just play for an hour and a half, practicing. I've got a practice plan, obviously I follow that. Especially these bits, right? The creative elements when I'm sort of putting things together and trying different things and experimenting, noodling, which is a massively important part of your plan. Let's not forget. What we'll do is what I'll do is I like to record it and watch it back, right? I do a funny thing when I'm doing my admin. I often sit there and I'll put this practice session from earlier in the day, just like leave my phone like running. I won't necessarily be like glued to it, but I'll be kind of doing my admin and then like vaguely watching it. My wife comes in like, "Oh, you're watching yourself again?" I'm like, "Yeah, wouldn't you? And then, but no, seriously, what I mean is like, if you're aware of it, you're following it, and then you either hear things, I think, "Oh, that's great, that's really, really nice, I love that." Certain ways you might move around the kit, you think, "Oh, that's great," and then other times you might move around the kit, you think, obviously that's not quite right, it's not quite in time, didn't massively like the sound of the way that moved around the kit. So huge thing to do, sit at your kit, noodle. Top tip, absolutely massive for any musician. Record yourself, video yourself ideally, and watch it back. And just listen out for the flow, man. That's such a huge part of this thing. Like, okay, so you can do all the right exercises and all that sort of stuff. That's really, really important. Physical drills, all that stuff, theory, grades, great, all brilliant. But you need to find time in your plan for sitting at your kit and playing with this stuff. Like, work with it, like make it your own. Like they say, play it around the kit, combine the things in different ways. Just play, man, play. These things find their way out if you let them. Cool, so anyway, so that's the first and second video and sort of how you would use those. In this video, we're just going to talk quickly about bringing the bass drum in. There's loads of ways of doing this, bringing the bass drum into the sextuplet flow, but what I'm going to do here is the one that I think, certainly in my experience teaching lots and lots of drummers and guiding them through this, or helping them come through this, the one that's the most instinctive and the most accessible when you start, and that is playing kick drum, right stick, left stick. Or if you're left-handed, kick drum, left stick, right stick. The reason I really like this is you can play the bass drum on the eighth notes through the bar, right? So say that we're playing a straight eighths type of feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What you do at first is you just play the bass drum on eighth notes through the bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So here's your groove. Here's your bass drum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You got it? So that's the foundation, man. That's the foundation. Now, to make the sextuplet, what we're going to do is between each of those bass drums, or after each of those bass drums, if you like, we're going to play right, left. So the bass, if you think of the sextuplet, which is 6 hits, the bass drum is the first hit. The right and the left are the second and third hits. The next bass drum is the 4th hit, and the right and the left, if you're right-handed, are the 5th and the 6th hits. So as you play 1 and, you're going to go 1 and. Really crucial point with sextuplets is they are evenly spaced. So ba 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 triplet and triplet, as drummers sometimes count. Evenly spaced out hits. So first, the big thing, if you're kind of fairly new to that, is just to go slow, right? You're going to play on your bass drum 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Maybe play around the kit in this way. Maybe do this, man. Have a bar where you play bass drum 3 and a bar where you play this. Here we go. Again. Kick right, left, kick right, left. So we're doing beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. 3 and 4. Here we go. Okay, this time when I do the fill, I'm going to go back into a groove. So 1 bar groove, 1 bar fill. Here's the fill. drill by now. Slow to fast to slow, again even, so work it up to speed, find that point. Like people say, oh, I can't go that fast. You don't have to. You have to, when you practice, find that zone where you can just about do it, but it's a little bit of a stretch. Just that moment when you start to feel that tension coming in, it's that moment where you just start to feel like it's a little bit of a challenge, a little bit tricky. Stay there for like 30 seconds, I don't know, a minute or so, and then bring it back down again. That's it, and you build and you build and you build. At first, when you're getting the physical skills involved in doing this, I'd probably stick to going snare drum, first tom, second tom, floor tom, or if you only have 2 toms, go snare drum, high tom, snare drum, floor tom, and just get the hang of playing around the kit and just getting it to flow like physically. But of course, then once you've got the hang, as ever, you're playing this beautiful unpitched instrument essentially, so you can then start to move around the kit and see what you like the sound of. Keep the sticking the same, kick right left for each sextuplet. Play that 4 times around the kit. There you have it, some live drum practice. So they're goofed up, fine, just pushing it up, and you'll make mistakes, that's fine, man, no big deal, I do anyway. If you're anything like me, you will. So yeah, man, just build that up, enjoy that. I really, really, really like that as a place to start when you're bringing in your bass drum. So to repeat here, what you play is a straightforward straight 8th groove, and then you play your bass drum on the 8th note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then in between or after each of those bass drums, right stick, left stick, which is the first 3 of your sextuplet, boom, da, da, 1, 2, 3. Then you go same again as you hit the and on the bass drum, right, left again. 1 triplet and triplet, 2 triplet and triplet, 3 triplet and triplet, 4 triplet and triplet. You getting it? The bass drum plays 8s, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and your sticks fill in the rest of the sextuplet right, left each time. 1 triplet and triplet, 2 triplet and triplet. So I hope that all makes a bit of sense. Now, obviously, in the real world of playing, you don't necessarily always play a sextuplet all the way through the bar when you're making music. Sometimes, very often, in fact, that's too much. That would be overplaying. But when you're working on it, that's what I'd really, really recommend. When you're just getting started with it, again, here, massive distinction to be made, really important, commonly not made, I think, in my opinion, my experience, working with a lot of drummers coming up through this, is the distinction between performance and practice. So we're not performing here. You wouldn't want to overhear. You wouldn't want to be overheard playing this. Even your favourite drummers in the world, you wouldn't want necessarily like watch them practice in this way. It's not even really practice, it's like experimentations that you're just working with it at first. You're working out, you're making friends with it, noodle around with it, spend quality time with it, just sit at your kit and play this stuff, and it gets easier and easier and easier and easier as you proceed. It just becomes more and more natural and starts to flow. Kick right, left, 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 kick right, left. So I hope that all makes a bit of sense. That's the next little stage, I would say, just starting to bring in that bass drum, and I would seriously recommend getting smooth on that before you go too much on other sort of kick drum variations, because I really do feel like that bass drum landing on the 8th note is much more instinctive than some of the other positions, which we'll move on to afterwards. So thanks for watching as always. I really, really appreciate it. Any questions about that or anything else, please give us a shout. Please like and share these videos. Please subscribe to this channel on YouTube if you haven't already. I hugely appreciate that. It's a really good way to support this channel. And again, as always, thanks so much to all the amazing people who now support this channel via my Buy Me a Coffee support page. If you have watched these videos, enjoyed them, found them useful, I would hugely appreciate you supporting this channel and helping it grow like so many people are now. I'm absolutely delighted to say there's 2 ways of doing that. Number one, you can just buy me a coffee, so to speak, which is very much appreciated. So that's just a virtual coffee, which you can do via the Buy Me a Coffee website, which I'll link to below or above, depending where you're watching this. And the other thing you can do is become a monthly member. An amazing new monthly member, Andrew, joining yesterday, and so many people doing this now. It's so exciting. As a monthly member, it's £10 a month. You're supporting this channel. You're becoming part of this thing. You're helping it to grow. And again, just can't thank enough the people who've done that. massively appreciate it as ever. And in return, you get a ton of stuff. So you get a complimentary 30-minute Zoom session. We can set up where the idea is they will set up a practice plan. So I'll write for you a daily practice plan based on where you're at, on your goals, and where you want to go with your drumming. I'll write that for you. We'll do a little 30-minute Zoom to check that out, or just come here, man, if you prefer. If you're somewhere near Cambridge here in the UK, just come here. We'll do your session here. So that's the big thing. You get your practice plan from it. You also get once a week members only video, which is now Sunday. Sunday is members video day. You get drum support from me. So email me your questions. I'll message back. I'll even do video supports. If there's something that needs demonstrating, I'll record you a personalized video and send it back. So basically just be on hand, man. Just drop me a line as and when you need support. Loads of other stuff as well. Loads of other features and more things coming up on the members side. So thanks so much to all the amazing people who've done it. Don't underestimate what that is to be supported in that way, and I will. I am, working with people in that way, and it's so amazing. And yeah, I love it. Thanks so much to all the people who've done that. Thanks a million. Any questions? Give us a shout, and see you soon. Cheers.